Hello Palia friends, in today's video we're going to talk about things you can gather. We'll start with like an overview over Kilima and then we go into Bahari till at the end of the video we talk about very rare plants and where you can find those. For Kilima, the mountain morels can be gathered all around that Magi's Hole and Whispering Bank side down to Fisherman's Lagoon. So the right side of the map basically has those mountain morels. The wild garlic is something that can spawn around the city. So basically up here on the fields between Chopper Crossing Major's estate, between Kilima Village and Mirror Fields, and like around the reflection fields. That's the second thing. The Heartdrop Lily can spawn kind of like all around, but I mostly farmed them like around the village where garlic spawns as well, and down at that dock. That's where I farmed most of mine, but you can find them like all around the part of Kilima village up here till you hit the docks. Then there's the spice sprouts. Spice sprouts can be found at Mirror Fields and Leafhopper Hills. That's also a very big area for those. You need like spice sprouts a lot in cooking. Same with garlic and the morels. Then there's the emerald carpet moss. You can find that all around the seaside, like it's growing close to water. So down here at Remembrance Beach around Fisherman's Lagoon. Also another thing that you can find at the water is the Crystal Lake Lotus. Those ones are basically all the way in the water. They are sometimes like growing out of it. That's a characteristic of that plant. So you just look out like at the seaside down here and around Fisherman's Lagoon. And a pretty common route to farm for beginners to like just pick them up and put them like in your selling bin or sell them at the Zekiel General Stores through start like around the docks, run all the way around the seaside, make around Fisherman's Lagoon and run that one back. Cause you can pick up Heartdrop Lilies that way, the Emerald Carpet Moss and even the Crystal Lake Lotus, and you'll skill your gathering in that way as well to get it on a higher level, and then you just sell most of it. The Heartdrop Lily are very common, that's why they don't have that much value, but you need them for crafting bug bombs, so they have a use in there. And the Emerald Carpet Moss is for some crafting things as well as the Crystal Lake Lotus. So that's all about like general gathering stuff that you can find in Kilima. So let's talk about gatherable items in Bahari, and we start off with the Heartdrop Lily and with garlic. Cause Heartdrop Lilies and garlic can spawn like here at Pulsewater Plains towards Sodari's house and at around like Hideaway Bluff. So that's a big area where you can farm those, even a little bit like at the way down to the beach, but not further than like the real beach side. So it's this big one cluster where those two can be farmed if you need them. Heartdrop lilies are often used for bombs to catch bugs. And wild garlic is for cooking. And then we got sweet leaves and mountain morels. Mountain morels and sweet leaves can be farmed on the other side of the map. They can spawn everywhere except for that cold shore area, so basically a very big thing. So at Ancient Aqueduct, Fluted Steps, Outskirts, Thorny Thicket, Proudtown, and even at Stager Garden. So you can run rounds and rotate here if you need sweet leaves and morels. And yeah, that's like the normal ones. Next we are going to talk about a few rarer ones, and we will also talk about the coast ones. And now we are going to take a look at the Seaside of Bahari and what you can gather there. We start off with the Dragon's Beard Peat, because we have that one right here where we are. We are going to pick those two up. And then I'm going to explain where to find those. As you can see, I'm on like some kind of sandbank with water around. And that's actually where they spawn. They can spawn on the sandbanks right here at Lighthouse Lagoon. This one is also like a bank. And then at the coral shore side right here where there's no water, so they don't spawn in the water. And also at Beachcomb, like here on this one, and on this one. And that's where you generally find those. What do you need them for? Mostly for a furniture set that came out. It's at the moment in the Zubira introduction quest. You need a few of these. Also, thing you find like all around the beach and even in the water are shells, corals and unopened oysters. When you open like unopened oysters, as you can see, you can get oyster meat, normal and star. You can get pearls out of it, and like in a very rare case, even a green pearl. That's why I have that one with me. So that's something that is worth picking up as well. Like pearls and green pearls are needed for crest and furniture, and oyster meat for like a few dishes. And corals and shells are for furniture as well. And you can find them all around the area, like up to here north of Coral Shores, like down here in the water ponds and like at the beach side, Lighthouse Lagoon towards the bridge, and even all the way down here around the geysers and stuff at Beachcomb, and even further down towards that stable. So all around the beach. And if you find something like in the water, as you can see, there's a little glow there. So that's how you should be able to find these. I'm just going to pick this one up for the sake of the video. And it's just running around and hoping that a little bit of stuff spawned. Like there's one inside, but we won't pick this one up. And we are just going to make like a small round. There's another shell, there's something glowing. Just to, for you to see how far the stuff can go. Like that's even at the edge of the beach, right? And what do we have here? Like there's another one here. Actually, we are just going to pick up those oysters. I like oyster opening. You can even pick those up and sell those to the vendor to make a little bit of money or level foraging. Like there's one over there. Sometimes they are stacked very nicely together, but with how the beach looks, actually, to me, it feels like someone is farming it, so it's not that high of a density. If you are lucky, you can find like 10 or even 20 things like in a very small time frame right after one another, right? So it could be like the whole beach or the whole water is filled to the brim with stuff that you can forage, and that's about it. Let's talk about some of the rarer plants in Bahari, and we start off with a heat root. We see it on a cliff right there. In inventory, a heat root looks like this, and heat roots mostly grown on cliffs. As you can see, it's like on this cliff, so all the high places that have cliffs around the map can have heat roots on them on the outside of the map, big mountains on the inside. So be sure if you need heat roots to watch out, like on all the cliff sides you see on every kind of hill, cause they can generally spawn there. The second one I want to talk is the Driar Daisy. The Driar Daisy is this one in your inventory. It has in the description that it can survive in mountainous, harshest conditions. So that's like a hint for these ones. There's a hint in the description. They can spawn like on high places. So every kind of hill or mountain around the area can have them on. So be sure if you need those to watch out for those. And the third thing that we can talk about is this Brightshroom down here that you see there. And the Brightshroom looks like this in your inventory. It's a thing that glows from absorbing flow, and Brightshrooms generally spawn all around runes. So everywhere where you have some kind of runes in the world, there's many of them, they can spawn. And something to take note of, because I'm only on this side of the map right now, like Brightshrooms can spawn on both sides of the map, Heatroots can spawn on both sides of the map, and Driar Daisies as well. So it's not like they can only spawn up here, they can also spawn like down here. So be sure to check out like all of Bahari if you need a certain one of these. Heatroots are sometimes used in cooking, Briar Daisies are used in packs while making furniture, and Brightshrooms have kind of less uses, but you'll need them for a few recipes as well. So that's like 3 of the rarer ones in Bahari. There's like a rare plant in the game that's called the Dari Cloves. That's this one right in front of us, so remember how this one looks. If you see this one with star quality, be sure to call it out in the whole server, cause getting this one with star quality is a very rare encounter, and many people would appreciate you calling this one out. So where can Dari Cloves spawn in general? I'm going to pick it before it disappears. I don't know if someone else pick it. They can spawn all around that top north side of the map in Bahari. So at Outskirts, at Fluted Steps, here at Ancient Aqueduct, at Stager Garden, Proton Pass and Thorny Thicket. Like that whole area up here can have them. So if you search for them, you might not easily find them, since they have dozens of spawns. And there's just like one on the whole map all the time. At least that's what it seems like. If you pick them up, they stay for a little time, and if you want to mark them better so people can see them, you can even shot like a flare arrow on top of them. That marks them, and then you would like call out between like Thorny and Stager Garden if it was a staired one. In case of a normal one, I personally don't call them out anymore, but if you want to call out a normal one, that's still I guess a very nice thing of you to do, and people would appreciate it. And right now I'm standing in front of a very rare flower called the Heartdrop Lily. This is one of the very rare plants that in my eyes is worth to be called out. It's on one of the harder to find spots right here on side the cliff between Proton Pass and Coral Shores. You can use them in romance, and they are also needed for a few quests. And I'm just going to pick it. I'm going to write Heartdrop Lily between Proton and Coral Shores on cliff in chat. I'm going to mark it with a flare arrow. I hope this one even works. And it has like a timer after you pick it up, so when the timer runs out, it disappears. As long as the timer's on, you see it in like this kind of white state right here. Not sure if the flare would work. I might tend to try to find another location for this one. Okay, that's not better. That's not better. Well, it comes down. This one didn't seem to come down for me, but that one goes down, so that's fine. Generally where you can find the Heartdrop Lily, mostly in places that have Briar Daisies. I'll show you a few spots that I know of. It can be north of Stager Garden, up here on the cliffs. It can be between Thorny and Proton Pass on that cliff. It can be north of Outskirts on the hill towards Tamala. It can be south of Outskirts, like the hill between that stable and Outskirts here. It can be south of Fluted Steps on these ruins. It can be along the Ancient Aqueduct on this side, like on those small cliffs along the way. Then we have a spawn to the left side of where Tamala is standing right now, on this cliff. And on the other side it can spawn like on the small hill where Hassian is right now. That one a little bit more south as well, which is very close, and it can spawn like here on top between Pavel Mine and Hassian's position right now. This one, it can spawn here. like in between Hideaway Bluffs and Windy Ruins. That's the north side, and it can also spawn directly on at Windy Ruins on top of those hills. So that's the spawns I know of, so just be nice and call it out, and someone wrote on my way. I hope they can make it. That's basically it. You don't need to stay there, like call it out, make like a flare, pick it up, and if it's a hard position like this, of course I will raid, but be sure like to tell other people. Those are very, very rare, and many people maybe need them, especially beginners or people that are stuck at the quest and never found one. And yeah, that's like all about the Heartdrop Lily. In the inventory it looks like this. The Heartdrop Lily is a rare flower with a special meaning to Palians, the blossoming of romantic love. So I hope you liked the video. And if you want to see more of those Palia videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I wish you like a nice day, weekend, and just have a nice time in Palia, playing alone or with friends or whatever. See you around. Bye bye.